Hello, First Church. Once more, I want to welcome you into a brand new year. As we begin this new year together, I am reminded again of the words of Paul at the end of the book of Philippians in chapters 3 and 4, where he basically makes an appeal to his fellow disciples for unity and for steadfastness. Particularly in chapter 4, verse 2, we're even told that Paul pleads with Euodia and Syntyche. He pleads with them for steadfastness in the Lord, to keep their eyes on Christ, to continue to pursue God's kingdom no matter the circumstances, and to be content through it all. In other words, what I feel like Paul is saying there to his fellow disciples is this: hang in there. We will get there. And that's really what I want to share with you today, church. Hang in there. We will get there. A few weeks ago, I shared with you that we had made the decision to cancel in-person worship until at least January the 10th. Obviously, January the 10th is quickly coming upon us. As hard of a decision as that was, I was convinced then, and I'm convinced now, that it is the right decision to have made. Since that time, we've only seen COVID cases spike. We've continued to see hospitals get filled to capacity and even beyond. Our school districts have had to go fully remote. And right now, almost every person that I know personally knows somebody else who has COVID-19 right now. In other words, it is here and it is personal. Along with this, I've had a number of people in the community thank me for the steps that we have taken, because it communicates to them that we care about our community and we're going to do our part to keep everyone healthy to the best of our ability. For those reasons, I'm glad that we made the decision that we did, as difficult as it was. It had been my great hope that starting this Sunday, January the 10th, that we could again gather in person for worship. However, let me share with you exactly where we are. Right now, our hospitals remain filled to capacity and on the verge of overwhelm. Right now, our school districts are still remote, and hopefully that's going to change soon, but they're still meeting, most of them remotely. We are right now in the expected peak of COVID cases that are going on, still from the holidays. We are hoping that will go down soon, but the common understanding right now is that we are at that peak time. Also, vaccines have begun to be rolled out, but those vaccines are taking longer than expected to get rolled out to people in different places. And our own church leadership and my particular authorities continue to encourage us to wait and not yet gather. So for all of those reasons, I just do not believe that we can quite yet meet starting this weekend on January the 10th. So I want to ask you and be clear with you, please do not plan to gather for worship this Sunday. We will gather only online for our worship, but not at our church facilities. The other reason that we're going to wait a little bit longer is because we want to get past this wave of starting and then stopping and then starting and then stopping. So by waiting a little bit longer, it's going to allow us to reduce the potential of having to then take a break later on. We also do not want people to have to guess week in and week out, are we going to meet this week or not? So at this time, we're going to plan on a tentative gathering for worship physically on Sunday, February the 7th, which is the first Sunday in February. We picked that date in the hopes that by then we will see a definite downward trend of the cases, that hopefully our schools will be meeting in person again, that the vaccines will be getting rolled out more efficiently by that point. By taking this step, again, we are also communicating to our wider community we care about them, and we'll take the steps that we can to ensure their safety. And we also hope that if we start then in February, it's going to allow us to be able to continue to gather in person and not have to pause and take another break. Again, February the 7th is a tentative date. I will confirm closer to the time if we definitely will or will not gather on that date, but that's the date we're looking to at this point, and I hope that can happen. To be consistent, we are also asking all of our life groups and other groups connected with First Church to not use the church facilities until February the 7th. Instead, we encourage our groups to gather via Zoom or some other COVID-safe way, but we are going to ask that they refrain from using the church facilities again until February the 7th. So church, in the spirit of Paul, I ask you, I plead with you, remain steadfast. Hang in there. We will get there. This is the time to be the church. Please seek to bless educators and healthcare workers who have so much on their shoulders. Use this time to become more resilient in your own faith journey. Use this time to develop holy habits. I cannot wait to be back with you in person. I know it's not ideal, but like Paul, let us claim our citizenship in heaven so that, like Paul, we can say that whatever the circumstances, even COVID circumstances, we can be content in all things. Hang in there, church. Hang in there. We're going to make it. God is going to see us through. And I know that because our citizenship is in heaven. I thank you so much for your prayers, your understanding, and your grace. And I look forward to journeying with you into the year ahead. Blessings and take care.